So I screwed up the first video. It's taking it. Woo! Garrett.
You know you could get a better camera that you
Nope, it's good. Here we go. So here's how I want you to take notes. The first thing you're going to start with is you're going to put Unit 1, this colon, and you're going to write exponents, and you're going to underline it. What I also want you to do next to exponents is put a little bit smaller day 1. Because I will reference your notes and say, hey, this is probably from day 1 or day 2, but we need to make sure that we're taking these notes. So we should be writing these down. And it's already slipping. What's going on? My video is causing problems. Please stay there. Yes. Okay, we're still doing good. Haven't lost yet. Okay. First, did you bump it on purpose? Okay. That's all right. Here we go. First thing, I'm going to write the word variable. We have already talked about the word variable today. Notice I've underlined it, right? Okay. That's probably an important word. What is a variable? Come on, I need somebody new. Go ahead. And when I call on you, please tell me your name again.
Isabel.
Isabel.
And it's like a letter or something to replace a number that you don't know.
Very good. A variable is a letter or symbol. That. Now, watch what I'm going to do here. I don't write any words under my underlined word. I want to be able to find that in my notes very easily. So a letter or symbol that replaces a number. Examples. X, Y, Z, omega, mu, Greek letters, alpha, a little fishy. Oh, I almost just tripped. I hope that was on camera. Why are you, Haley? You're like, haha, you're going to fall. It's funny. Man, I thought we had a better relationship than on day 2. So a variable replaces a number. Everybody with me so far? That's nothing new. Okay? So here's my first question. Now, obviously, I can't keep writing down on your paper. You guys can. Could I write down here? Yeah, but I don't want to. You just keep on going down. So here's my first big question. Here's my first big question. You ready? Seven times 7. First off, you should know this. We're not going to use x's as multiplication anymore. Because why? What does an x actually mean? It's now a variable. Okay, so x doesn't mean multiplication. We use this nice little power dot. What is 7 times 7?
40.
Raise your hands. Go ahead.
49.
49. I'm sure you've seen this before, but is there any other way to write 7 times 7? Grego. Okay, that's all right. Think about it. Sir, tell me your name.
Evan.
Evan.
Parentheses?
Okay, yeah. I could absolutely do 7, parenthesis, 7 equals 49. Beautiful. Love it. What else? Sammy?
7 with the exponent of 7.
Okay, 7 with an exponent of 7. Well, I love that you said exponent. It's not going to be 7 with an exponent of 7. You're right with the exponent. Somebody help her. Ma'am, tell me your name.
Megan.
Megan.
2.
Very good. We can say this a couple different ways. This is 7 to the second power. 7, what else? 7 times 7. It starts with an S. 7
Square.
squared. Very good. I didn't even have to give it to you. 7 squared. Okay? Now, we're going to use this as our example. 7 is the base. The base number is what we're going to be using to multiply. Because we know 7 squared is really 7 times 7, which is 49. So 7 is the base. That's the number that we're multiplying. Then we've got the 2. The 2 is the power or the exponent. What does that 2 tell us? Go, name.
David.
David, go.
To multiply it 2 times, or by itself.
Very good. The base stays and the power tells us to multiply by itself, that many times. Oof. So again, if you can't read this because you're in the back, I'm going to read it again. The base stays, so that 7 stays. The power tells me I have to multiply that 7 how many times by itself? Twice. So 7 to the second power is really 7 times 7. Pretty easy, right? So I'm going to let you get caught up on that. What you see Mrs. Armstrong doing over here is an anchor chart. These will be left up in the room. So there's my 7th grade geometry basics in the back. We're going to have this somewhere in the back as well. That way, it doesn't matter which notes you're necessarily copying. Mrs. Armstrong probably won't go into the same amount of detail that I will. It's just a quick little reference guide. Everybody with me? Okay. So, here's going to be the question. And I bet I don't even have to explain it to you. I bet you can do it on your own. Write into exponent form. Okay? It's going to say write into exponent form. You're like, what? You don't even know what that is yet. I bet you do. Here we go. 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. So this is what's given. What is exponent form? What do you think, sir?
3 to the
3 to the how many power?
4th power.
Very good. Exponent form is 3 to the 4th power. Why? Well, how many 3's are getting multiplied by themselves? 4. The base stays the same. The power is how many times it's getting multiplied by itself. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 is the base to the 4th power. Easy. If I asked you to do this now and said simplify, simplify means can we do anything else to it? Can we do anything else to 3 to the 4th? Sure. Because we can come up here and say 3 times 3 is what? 9. 9 times 3 is what?
27.
Oh, we might have to do a little bit of work. 27 times 3. Okay, I'm going to come out here. I'm going to say, okay, 27 times 3. 1, carry the 2. 6, 7, 8. Okay. So simplified is 81. Exponent form. This is called, and I'm going to write above it, expanded form. So I've got expanded form, I've got exponent form, and then I've got it simplified. Is that hard? Nah.
We'll have some practice with this.
Oh,
okay?
we're going to do practice right now.
Yeah.
Love it.
This isn't the only time you're gonna see it and you think you need to know it. We will practice these concepts, okay?
Okay, here we go. Who am I going to pick on today? Who am I going to pick on today? Oh man, who am I going to get today? So, I want the same thing. We are going to start in expanded form. I want to see exponent form first, and then I want you to simplify it. You're at a group, right?
Yep.
I want each group to be able to do this and come up with an answer for me. Fair enough? Okay, so you guys are working together. Here's the example. So this is expanded form. And we're going to start with 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. So I want you to put it into exponent, and then I want you to simplify it. I want you to talk with your group. See what you guys are doing. Talk it over. Make sure you guys have the same answer. Give it a try. Go.
When your group has an answer, what do you do? That means, how many, wait a minute, when your group has an
There's
answer.
2, there's 2 getting multiplied, so we're gonna do 2 and then put 6 instead of exponent 6. Right? Yeah.
It pays,
Just 2 and then we'll
it
6.
pays for, no, it's not.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking it was 6s instead of 2s.
Yeah, you do that.
So 2.
You just do this, 2 times 2 is 4. Boom, that easy, we're done. Well, we had to write it down. Then you fix that. Now wait, so. Yeah, that.
Did you talk to one another?
Yeah.
Okay, let's look at this. Right. So, it's 2 times 2. So it's 4 times 2. 8. What's 8 times 2?
60.
Okay, what's 16 times 2?
36. No. Yeah. No.
12 times 2? Is that what we're saying? Okay, 16 times 2? Is 30.
I don't know.
16 times 8.
18 times 2. Wait.
16
Okay,
times
2 times 2 is? 4 times 2 is? 8 times 2 is? You guys are right, 16. 16 times 2 is? 32. What's 32 times 2?
I don't know.
Figure it out, dude. Figure it out.
32.
Times 2.
Okay, time.
There you go.
Let's see what we've got. Who feels, even if you're listening, you might be wrong. That's all right. I'm wrong pretty much every day, I promise you. My wife tells me that every day. So, I need somebody who's willing to say, hey, I think I know how to do this, and explain it to me. Grego, go. What's my exponent form?
3. What? Come on, minus 1. 2 to the 6th power.
Okay. Can somebody from Grego's group explain to me how I got 2 to the 6th power? Help me. What is it? Michaela, go ahead.
There's 6 2s.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 6 2s. Great. Can somebody from a different group tell me what the 2s are? The base. Help me with the name. Isabel. The base is 2. The power is how many times itself, which was 6. Okay? Now we need to simplify it. Who thinks they have an answer? Help me with the name.
Maya.
Maya.
I got 64.
64. Okay. I have no idea. Let's find out. Can we find out together? Here's the problem. And listen, I saw this on quite a few papers, which is to be expected. 2 to the 6th doesn't mean 2. It does not mean 2 times 6. That's not what it means. It means 2 times itself 6 times. So I go back to this expanded form. 2 times 2 is 4. So now I do this. This is 4 times this 2. 4 times 2 is
8
times this 2. 16 times this 2.
32
32 times this 2.
64
Fantastic, Maya. Questions? What time is this class done? Because I don't know our schedule yet.
No.
Oh, we got it. Fantastic. Okay, are we good here?
Yes.
Okay. May I erase this side over here? We good?
Yes.
Same thing.
Oh my god.
Go.
Oh, you just gonna make a number.
Hey, and I'm gonna say, I saw really good examples of people working together as a team. They work really well together. Go ahead and use your people and your resources.
The biggest thing with group work, guys, listen, pause, eyes on me. One more time, eyes on me. Group work isn't just to say, hey, here's the answer. If you get the answer, great. Explain why. If somebody's like, hey, I don't quite understand that, or you're just like, yep, I'm gonna write that down. No, explain why. I love group work. Say how you got that answer. Go ahead.
Oh, I got okay.
Okay, let's look at the x's, right? How do you break it down?
It's X to the 10th.
How did you There you go.
Okay, I know it wasn't a lot of time. Though. Here we go. OG Simone. Come on, give it to me. What do you think is going to be the exponent form for this?
I think it's X.
Okay, what is x? Is that the base or is that the power?
Base.
Why is x the base? Because it's what? What did the definition of base say? Take a look at it. And if you don't have it, that's right. It's the power. Well, it's not the power. The base is something different. Can somebody help her? What does the base have to do? It has to, say it, B.
Stay the same.
Stay the same. You're absolutely right that it was the base because the x's are all exactly the same, right? The power is how many times did that base multiply to itself? How many times? Chris? 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Boom. X to the 10th is my exponent form. Can I simplify this?
No.
Why not?
Because we don't know the value.
We don't know what x is. We are done. That's it. Questions on that? Okay. One more simple question. And then we're going to move on. So, it says 3 to the 5th power. I want you to simplify that. When I say simplify, what do I want at the end? Just an answer. Let's see what you can do from here. Again, work it out, see what you guys can get. So simplify, 3 to the 5th power. I'm looking to see what we come up with. Beautiful. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Great. Perfect. Exactly what I'm looking for. You guys are thinking ahead without me even having to teach it. That's what I love. Beautiful. Folks, you guys are doing great.
Hey, I'm going to ask you to pause for a second. Some people were asking, if you need to use the resources in your resource section, use them.
Yeah,
You don't have to, yeah, in your reference section, you don't have to ask permission. Okay?
Oh, then you're gonna have to write it down.
I don't know, I just did it.
Three times three is what?
3 times 5 is 33. Okay. And then I did that over here.
9 times 3 is 27. So 27 times 3.
Very good.
Folks, you guys are impressing me so much. I'm going to give you 15 more seconds.
I just did this the simplest way. I don't like to give bigger numbers.
Love it, I love it, I love it. 38. Three, two, one, time. Okay, eyes back on me. B. What did you get as an answer?
243.
243. I think that's right. I don't know. I'm not smart enough right now to be able to do this in my head. So somebody needs to help me. Ma'am in the green shirt, what's your name? Brooklyn. What did you do to 3 to the 5th to help you solve or simplify this?
I just wrote it out like how we did the x's both.
Okay, so what did you write?
I wrote 3 times 3 times 3 times.
So, guess what Brooklyn just did? She went from exponent form to what form? Expanded form. You're going to have to know both of those. Without me even teaching it to you, you knew how to go from exponent to expanded. That was pretty easy. I saw a lot of different ways to do this one that I wouldn't have done. Me personally, I would say, okay, that's 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. 27 times 3 is 81. 81 times 3 is going to be then 3 times 1 is 3. 243. That's how I would have done it. But most of us don't like doing. B here did a completely different way that I love, so I want to show it. He said, okay, Mr. H, I expanded it, right? Okay, B, help me out. What'd you do first?
I did 3 times 3.
Which was?
9. And
Okay.
then I went over to the last end and I did 3 times 3, which is 9. And I put 3 in the middle. And then I took 9 times 9, which is 81. And then I took that in time. And multiplied it by 3.
That's pretty cool, right? Because it's smaller numbers. B, I love that. I need the rockstar fish. He just stole it off you. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. Okay? That's how we simplify. Questions. We good? Okay. So now we need to move on to a little bit more formal stuff with exponents. Put a big star. This is important. Every number and variable has an exponent. Everything. Every number, every variable will have an exponent. And some of you are going, wait a minute, Mr. H. You just wrote 243 and it doesn't have an exponent. Right? There's no exponent there. Yeah, I know. I'm aware. Here we go. So just refresh my memory. We need to review a little bit. If I put 3 squared, what does that mean that I'm actually doing? 3 times itself, 2 times. What do you think the exponent's going to be when it's just 3?
3 times 1.
3.
Or 3 to the first power.
Very good. Because we're just multiplying it by itself, but we don't need to put it how many times. So the exponent is 1, which means it says, okay, how many times is it? Once. So if there's not an exponent with a number or a variable, what should the exponent be?
1.
1. So, another star. If a number or variable does not have an exponent, then it will have an exponent of 1. Okay. Now I'm going to show you an example, because we're going to get into exponent rules tomorrow. Exponent rules are easy. I promise you. Today is the hard day. If you're like, well, this is pretty easy, great. It's going to be easier from there. But we're going to see problems that look like this. 7, x to the third, y, z to the second. And I'm going to tell you, listen, everything has an exponent. I want you to, before you start a problem, and this is just an example, it's not really even a problem, but before you start any problem with exponents, I want you to make sure that everything has an exponent. What is missing, and hands up, what is missing an exponent here? Ma'am, what's your name?
Carly.
Carly.
The Y.
The y. What exponent does the y need to have? 1. When it doesn't have one, we're going to add a 1. What else? Mr. Alisi.
7.
The 7. Even that 7 has an exponent. It is 1. Everything has an exponent. Still with me? Okay. Last thing for the day. Fair enough? Last thing for the day. You guys have done fantastic. Today was a lot of me talking. I promise tomorrow is not. If any number or variable has an exponent of 0, then it simplifies to, everyone take a guess?
0.
Not 0, it's a good guess.
1.
1. It doesn't matter whether it's a variable or a number. If it has an exponent of 0, it will simplify to 1. Okay. I'm going to give you a tough question here. You guys ready? I want you to simplify that. I'm going to give you 1 minute. That's it. Go. I want you to simplify that as much as possible. If you don't know how to do it today, that's all right. I bet you will tomorrow. You'll actually know by the quiz. And man, you'll be genii by the test. 20 seconds. Okay. Even if you didn't get done, that's all right. Eyes on me. Ready? Here's how I would do it. I want to show you how, because I looked around, a lot of you have the right idea, but you're just missing a couple little things. This is all multiplication. 3 squared is 3 times 3 times 2 squared is 2 times 2 times, what's 7 to the 0?
1.
So I immediately put that 1 times x to the 4th. Well, I can multiply numbers. 3 times 3 is 9. Times 2 is 18. Times another 2 is, 2 times 8 is 6. Carry the 1. 2 times 1 is 2. So that's going to give me 36. Times 1 is 36. Times x to the 4th. When we have a number in a variable, can we multiply that number to the variable?
No, that would just stay the same.
So we write it as 36x to the 4th, because when you have a number next to a variable, guess what it means? Multiplication. Boom! So have a seat.